Hey, comic book fans, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0, and fans, you with me, Mike Spider Slayer. Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be talking about a new #1 from Image Comics, and that is under the Skybound title, and it's called Manifest Dynasty Issue #1. That's right, fans. This book's cover had me so interested in what this title was about. The artwork on the cover is done by Ryan Otley. If you guys are not familiar with his artwork, he does do art on the Invincible title currently. When I saw this cover, I was automatically drawn to it. This is like the variant version. The other cover didn't interest me that much, but when I saw this, I was like, man, I gotta pick this up. This looks cool. Um, the interior artwork is done by Matthew Roberts, and our writer is done by Chris Dingus. The artwork in here is nice. This book is like an American West type of feel to it. The coloring in the book is interesting. It fits kind of that timeline of the early 1800s. You feel that this takes place in an earlier time. It feels like it's a simpler time, so the coloring and the artwork kind of feels that way too. It's the landscaping is beautifully done. Has these really interesting landmarks that takes place in this book, and the story is quite interesting too. The story takes place in about the 1800s, early 1800s, and President Jefferson sends our two captains on a mission to explore these lands. But a lot of their fellow companions here are mixed bag. There's mixed between volunteers and convicts, and a lot of the people that are on this mission are not attached to anybody. The book does a great job at explaining how our main characters or cast of characters who are missing or who are actually on their own with no family members. And these people don't know what they're on this mission for, but they just know that they're on this mission to explore land, uncharted territory. And even our captain, Captain Lewis, who writes a classified journal in the beginning, is actually doubting the mission itself in the beginning as well. But then as he comes to grips, he realizes that he's going to have faith in the mission, and he's going to keep going on with it. So him, which is Captain Lewis and Captain Clark, they keep traveling to this territory until they come to this big, I guess, ark, and it's made out of like leaves or whatnot, so they want to study it. And what happens is they're thrown to send men to throw in samples, and they come across this flower that kind of looks like a skeleton or whatnot. So it looks like this, which is really interesting. And then you come across this convict who really picks up on what's going on. He's the one that picks up on, talking to one of the other, I guess, convicts or one of his partners who's just keeping guard of everything that's going on. And while they're doing that, he's on to the whole thing of, what's going on? Why are we all on this mission? It's never been really told. Everyone here, all the sergeants and everyone that's in charge, they're all not attached to anybody. They're all on their own. It means that they can be expendable, so he's on to it. So as Sergeant Parker, this guy here, comes and, he's kind of on to the conversation, and he thinks that they're going to flee because they feel that the mission is dangerous. So he says, you guys better keep guard. But just as that happens, all of a sudden, Sergeant Parker gets run over by this mysterious, character here. And what it is, it's this character that's on the cover. And it runs him over. And the next thing you see is it comes to Parker or Sergeant, Lewis and, God, I can never remember these guys. Captain Lewis and Captain Clark. Comes across those guys, and what happens is it tackles them on the ground. You never really see the character, but just as it attacks them, the weird creature gets shot, and he gets shot right in the chest. And they take care of it, and then the book kind of goes back to Sergeant Parker here, and he breaks his leg, and just as he's recovering, the convict sits there and winds up snapping his neck. So it gives him a chance to flee. But then, as we go back to Sergeant or Captain Clark and Lewis, you wind up seeing what the creature actually looks like after it has gotten shot, and you see that right here. And as a reader, when you see that for the first time, you're like, oh my God, uh, there's going to be some crazy crap happening in this book. And as the characters in the book, they finally discover creatures that they've never seen before, and now the mission is in full swing. So, how do our characters handle this? I don't know. And what's going to happen to those two convicts or whatnot? Are they going to escape? Are they going to go on their own? Are they going to die? So there's a lots of things here in this series or in this first issue that make you want to read because they're in this uncharted land. They're going to come across these crazy creatures, and how are they going to deal with these like mythological creatures? So I'm definitely on board for issue 2 by far. This was an excellent book. I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. It definitely piqued my interest. Lots of reading, not much action in here, but they don't want to go all out in that first issue. So it's going to be interesting again where this all goes. So 4.5 out of 5 stars for me. You guys, did you get this book this week? Tell me what you thought of it. Hopefully you guys will check it out if you haven't. And guys, as always, thank you for watching Comic Book Corner 2.0. Also, check out our live show that happens on Google Plus on Dark Avenger Inc. every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And until then, guys, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next comic book review. Take care, everyone. Bye.